So friends, today we're talking about a company that completely flew under my radar. I think it flew under everybody's radar. I haven't seen any YouTube videos talking about this company. Well, this was a massive company 5 years ago. Now it's really a much larger company, because in the last 3 years, the stock price 10x and nobody is talking about this company. But after their recent earnings, maybe more people will start talking about this company because the stock went up more than 30% on one day. I'm talking about good old boring Dell. Dell went from a boring, mature computer company to an absolute monster, driving the AI infrastructure wave. And that's the key to the stock price going parabolic. AI. Just 5 years ago, the Dell stock price was hovering well below 50 bucks, and now it's more than 400 bucks for one stock. But now, why did the stock explode in the last couple of years? It's not because they were selling a lot more laptops. It was because of the Infrastructure Solution Group transforming into a key pipeline for AI compute alongside NVIDIA. So Dell just released their Q1 earnings, and it made the stock pop more than 33% in a single day, their highest single day growth ever. And to say that the Q1 earnings were great is just an understatement. They were stellar. Their revenue was up 88% year over year to $43.8 billion. Now the analysts expected it to be $35 billion, so they really blew past those estimates. Their earnings per share went up 213% year over year to 4.8. The analysts were expecting about $3 per share. So again, they obliterated the estimates. They also had a record Q1 cash flow of $4.1 billion. So they obliterated any expectations of all the analysts. They had incredible growth for a company that's already this big. It's just mind-blowing. So of course now we can see why the stock skyrocketed 33% in one day. The core driver for all this was unexpected AI infrastructure demand. Demand was incredibly big. Just alone, AI server expenditure grew 757% year over year to 16.1 billion for the single quarter. And in Q1 alone, they had a backlog of more than $24 billion in AI revenue. That makes the total AI backlog a massive $51.3 billion. These are numbers you're expecting from an NVIDIA, but it's from Dell. It's crazy. And then you have their traditional tech, so not AI related, which also grew very nicely. Traditional server and network revenue grew 93%. Now 93% growth is incredible for such a big company, but it is dwarfed by AI. So it's incredible to say that 93% means nothing against the 757% growth we see in other areas. A lot of companies would be like over the moon if they could grow 93% year over year. And for Dell, it's one of their metrics. Even their commercial PC business grew 18%, which is nice. And of course it grew because the prices of PCs are skyrocketing everywhere. So of course the revenue of PCs should grow, even if they would sell less PCs. But it's crazy to put this in perspective. Their worst performing asset is growing 18%, which is still nice. Then their second best is like growing 93%, and their best is growing like astronomical numbers, like more than 700%. So they are really firing on all cylinders. Now, of course, they are raising the guidance for the full year. They've raised it by more than 50% to $167 billion. And from AI optimized servers alone, Dell is expecting to have a revenue of about $60 billion. So AI is really helping Dell with an incredible growth. Do you think that Dell at this price point, after a 33% jump in one day, is overextended? Or do you think that the revenue growth of more than 88% and incredible revenue growth in the AI space justifies these numbers, and the stock will continue to run up and should be valued more? Now we here have a company with a market cap of about $270 billion that's expected to have a revenue of about $167 billion and a profit of about $11 billion. If you look at the growth that is coming from AI and the growth that we expect to come from AI in the next couple of quarters and years, I do expect their revenue to still climb very fast, their profit to grow very fast. I think it's realistic to think that Dell could grow 5x in the next 5 years. Now, are there better companies to put your money in? Maybe, but with AI in a hype cycle like this and Dell taking real advantage of AI, I really see Dell growing fast in the next couple of years. And I really wouldn't bet against Dell. Now, I'm very curious to see if anybody bought into Dell before the rally began. if anybody already made some profit, and what do you expect of the stock in the next couple of years. Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any other suggestions for any other stock that might have the same trajectory as Dell had in the last years, or a company that already did this trajectory, let me know in the comments so I can have a look at it. See you. Bye.